Alright guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Digi Designs, and in today's tutorial we're going to be learning how to create a glass morphism effect on Photoshop. So without wasting much of our time, let's get to it. So basically, when you want to create this kind of effect, we're going to, okay, this is our background. We have our background already. I imported this background. It's an image I downloaded. So now we're going to create our rectangle, and this is it. Let's create a rectangle. We just draw any shape of rectangle here. Then I could make this white in color, changing this color. I'm going to give it a round edge. If you are using the latest version of Photoshop, from this place you could just curve it a little bit, like you see the way it's moving. But if you're not using the latest version of Photoshop, you could come to this place and give it your round edge and curve like that. So that's it for the rectangle. Then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go to our we're going to click, okay, let me centralize it with your Control A. It brings out this thing, then you center align it. That's it. The next thing we're going to do is we hold our control and we click on this thumbnail of this rectangle. So if I hold my control and I click on the thumbnail of this rectangle, it brings out my selection tool, and bringing out the selection tool, I come to my image here, and I go to the filter. I come to my image and I go to the filter and I go to blur, the Gaussian blur. Once I do that, I could just work with this radius, and I click on it. Okay, so if you can see it now, if I close the eye of this one, you see that this area is blur. So after making the image to be blur, I come to my rectangle and I go to blending options. On getting to the blending option, I will reduce, like I take off the field opacity from the rectangle. Then doing that, I come to my stroke. I click on this stroke. I click on the stroke and probably I increase the opacity a bit. Then I could maybe, if this stroke is okay, then we could come here and give we could give this stroke a shade of white or gray or thereabout. Also we come here too. Okay, this is okay. Then I go to my gradient overlay over here. Clicking on the gradient overlay, it brings out this thing. So let's assume is this way. Let's assume the gradient overlay is this. So we come to this place. On this side of your gradient, if it's in 100, you try and reduce the opacity a bit to, like, let me use 11. Then this one, you make it a shade of white or gray. Then this side also, we give it a shade of white or gray, like this, as you can see it here. That's it. Then we come to this place and we're going to give the opacity 22, something like this, or let's just work with the 22. Then we click on OK. Now, like as you can see, it has bring out that we're trying to give it a kind of glass feeling of the glass morphism. So this is it. Then we could probably reduce the opacity of this so it will come out more realistic. So I'm going to reduce the opacity to my taste, and I think this is very perfect. So this is okay. So this is it. Then the stroke, if the stroke is showing too much, you could also reduce the opacity of the stroke so it won't be too visible like that. So this is it. I'm going to reduce the opacity of this stroke and I can direct the angle to somewhere here, and here we go. So guys, this is just a simple way of creating your glass morphism effect on Photoshop. And take note, there are different ways of creating this one. This is the first part. I'll be updating the next the second method I can use to create my glass morphism effect on Photoshop in the next video. So guys, please don't forget to like this video, comment, share. If there's any question or contribution or anything in particular, you could drop it on the comment section. And remember to subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in my next video. And also, before I forget, you could also write your text or whatever you want to write on the effect. Let me see, I can just write my rain forest or something. You just see, let me write it like that. So this effect is a trending effect, and for those who have been wondering how to create it, this is more like, let's just say, is a simple way to create this effect. But there are other ways you can also create this kind of effect, and I'll be dropping the second method in my next video, guys. So writing your text like that, we just place it on top of the effect. So this is it. And so guys, thank you very much for watching today's tutorial. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, comment. Goodbye.